Let's begin the Amazon SageMaker training hands-on. And this time, we will perform the training using the iris dataset. The iris dataset is the famous dataset used in the world of the machine learning and data analysis. And we will have the computer distinguish the species based on the measurement of the iris flower. Specifically, there are 3 different species of the iris. The iris dataset contained 50 samples from each of the 3 species, or a total of 150 samples. The data includes the width and the length of the petal and sepal, and these 4 measurements will be the features used to determine the species. Technically, you can conduct a various experiments with the dataset, but the purpose of this hands-on is to learn how to use the SageMaker, so we will import the dataset and run the training from the management console. Alright, let's start the SageMaker training from the console screen. The first, as for preparation, I want to create the S3 bucket to use for the training. Now, I already have a bucket created, but when you create a new one, you can do from the S3 bucket page and click on the create bucket. The bucket type should be the general purpose, and for the bucket name, please set a suitable name that is globally unique. You can include the date or IDs to ensure the name is globally unique. All other settings can be left as default, and you can just create the bucket. Since I've already created one, I'll just cancel this. Okay, this time we will running from the SageMaker Studio. Please open the Studio from the SageMaker console. Click on the Open Studio. Yes. The current SageMaker Studio UI looks like this. From the left menu bar, click on under the jobs and click on the training. Yes, from here you can see the list of the training job you've run and the status and where they are created and when they were run and so on. So let's go back to the home icon, and this time we will open the Jupyter Lab from the application. Our training from there, since this is a very simple data set this time, I'll just use the quick start with the machine learning T3 medium instance. Click on the launch now. When you open the Jupyter Notebook, you will see the page like this. And from the Notebook section, select the Python. And we will run the training by executing the Python command in here. First, let's import the necessary Python libraries. I will copy and paste the code. And here, we import the SageMaker, Pandas, and Boto3. And we will import these. The SageMaker is the main library for using the SageMaker features from the Python, and the Pandas is the library for handling the dataset in the tabular format and using the data frame. And the Boto3 is the AWS SDK for Python. And okay, we set the S3 bucket names. I will be using the S3 bucket I've already created, and name the Amazon SageMaker sample bucket. So I'll change the name here. So now to press the Shift plus Enter. So okay, as you can see, immediately a comment appears saying the basic configuration complete. So next, let's load the data. Okay, here I will introduce I will load the iris data from the scikit-learn dataset. Again, I will copy and paste the code. Okay, this code loads the iris dataset from the scikit-learn database. Yes, we performed some data transformation here, and set up the iris data with the future names as the column. Okay, we will display the first 5 rows of the loaded data. Okay, as you can see, this iris data from the scikit-learn, there are actually 150 samples in total, but that's the first 5 rows are displayed like this. The next, I'd like to split this 150 sample dataset into the training dataset and the validation dataset. Again, I will copy and paste the code and paste it into my browser. Press the Shift plus Enter. Okay, we split the 80% for training data and 20% for the validation data. And as you see, the total is 150 and 120 for the training data and 30 for the validation data. So again, next we will format the data and upload it to the S3. Again, I will copy and paste the code, copy the code, and paste to my browser. Okay, Shift plus Enter. So in the S3 bucket, I specified the SageMaker, the sample bucket. The CSV file have been uploaded. For example, the iris XGBoost final. And you can also see in the left side, the menu bar in your browser, the train.csv and validation.csv have been created. And if we check on the S3 bucket, and clicking on the object inside, and you can see the iris dataset has been successfully uploaded for the folder. And alright, once more, and next we will configure the training job. So I will enter the code. So regarding this code I just entered, we are using the algorithm called the XGBoost, and this time we are getting the XGBoost container image here. The XGBoost is a decision tree based model. And also to configure the training job, we are getting the instance type and the IAM role here. And what's important to note here is the hyperparameter setting. And during the training, you can configure the model running process in detail using the hyperparameter. For XGBoost, since it's the decision tree based model, starting from the top, first, the objective, we set the function to the softmax. This is the classification problem with the 3 or more classes. And also we specify the num class equals at 3 because we are classifying into the 3 species. And for num round, we said it's 100, which means the training will iterate 100 times. So okay, press Shift plus Enter. Alright, the training job configuration is complete. So now that the training job is configured, and we will actually run the training. So I will copy and paste the code, copy the code, and paste the code in my browser. So the estimator.fit, when we run this, a server will finally launch on the SageMaker backend, and it will read the data from S3, and the training will proceed according to the settings we have configured. So press Shift plus Enter. Yes, it will take some time from the start of the training until it's finished, so let's wait a bit. Okay, for me, the training complete in a little over 2 minutes. So the detailed log for the training are also displayed here. From the start of the training, the data download, and scrolling down a bit, the training completed in about the 2.5 minutes, okay? And if we go back to the SageMaker Studio on the left side, open the training. So you can see the status is completed. The training has finished successfully. So this concludes the hands-on for the model training using the SageMaker. As you saw, we ran the training by entering the Python code step by step in the Jupyter notebook from the Jupyter Lab. And you can see that this was linked to the actual SageMaker Studio, where the training job shows as complete. Okay, this concludes the hands-on for training jobs. So let's proceed with the model deployment and inference in the SageMaker Studio. Previously, we trained the model using the IRIS datasets. Let's do a quick review of the previous hands-on. Last time, we ran the training from the SageMaker Studio. The training is now complete. And in the Jupyter Notebook, we have loading the necessary library and dataset from the previous training. We also transform the data and upload it to S3. Then we configure the training job using the XGBoost algorithm and actually run the training job. So now the training job is completed state. From here, let's restart the hands-on. So next, I'd like to deploy the completed model. Then we will enter the code to deploy. So I copy and paste the code, and we enter the deployment code like this. And here we set the instance count to 1. So click on the press Shift plus Enter. And the deployment will take some time, so I'll pause the video and wait. So alright, after waiting a few minutes, the deployment is complete. And as you can see, the endpoint name is displayed here. So okay, let's go back to the SageMaker Studio and clicking on the under deployment and the endpoint. So the endpoint was created successfully, as you can see. So okay, now let's prepare the new data, and we have the model maker prediction. Here we will take the deploy take the first row of the validation data, then remove the answer column label, and send the data to the model. For the model, we send it to, let's look at click on the Shift plus Enter. So let's look at the prediction result. So the data sent to the model had these pattern and sepal sizes is the 6.1, 2.8, and 4.7 and 0.2. The level for this data is 1, and the prediction result returned from the model is also 1. Since the true level and the modeled prediction match, we know the inference was performed correctly. So, okay, this concludes the series of the hands-on session using the IRIS dataset from the training to model deployment and the inference. And once the hands-on is finished, please make sure to delete the endpoint and clicking on the endpoint page in the SageMaker Studio. From here, you can delete the endpoint. So okay, this concludes the hands-on. So let's continue the hands-on using the IRIS dataset. This time, I'd like to perform the evaluation for the classification model, such as the accuracy and the confusion matrix. And this hands-on is on the continuation of the previous sessions, as we will proceed with the endpoint already deployed. So going back to the studio, And if we check the endpoint from the deployment section in the left menu bar of the SageMaker Studio, then we can see that the endpoint is in the in-service state. And from this state, we will perform the validation on the deployed model. The main evaluation metrics used for the classification model include the accuracy, the confusion matrix, and the classification report. Alright, let's execute the code step by step. The first three, let's run the inference on the entire validation dataset. And we have the 150 sample in total, and our validation set was the 20%, which is the 30 sample. And we will pass these 30 sample to the model and look at the prediction result. I copy and paste the code and run the prediction for all the validation data. So click on that, press the Shift plus Enter, and the inference will be start. So you can see that the inference is complete. The true label and the model prediction are listed side by side, and it looks like the true label and the model prediction mostly matches. So alright, next let's calculate the accuracy. In the same way, I copy the code and paste it into my browser. Clicking on the browser. So, and here we will import the accuracy score from the scikit-learn metrics library, and this will automatically calculate the accuracy. So press Shift plus Enter. In this case, the accuracy is 100%. Generally, in classification problem, an accuracy over 90% is considered very high, but this time the IRIS dataset, we have 100% accuracy. So next, I'd like to display the confusion matrix. The confusion matrix is a tool for visually understanding the performance of the classification model. For this as well, I copy the code and paste it into my browser to copy to the cell. So enter the code. So this time we import the library from the matplotlib, the CBOM, and the scikit-learn, and create the confusion matrix. So press Shift plus Enter. So scrolling down, when you do that, you can see the three types of the iris species for classification. So x-axis and y-axis, and list the three species. And the colored part in the center, and this shows the correctly predicted result for the 30 sample. The predicted label is the horizontal axis. The true label is the vertical axis. Since all value 10, 9, and 11 are in the colored diagonal cells, it means that the classification was 100% correct. So next, let's look at the classification report. Again, I'll copy and paste the code and press the Shift plus Enter. So, and here we have the precision, the recall, and F1 score. All the evaluation metrics are listed here. And for the classification model, it classified everything perfectly. So all scores are 1.0. So alright, this concludes the simple hands-on for the evaluation of the classification model. So now I will show you how to cleaning it up. To delete the endpoint, you can either input the code, like delete the endpoint, or going back to the studio and selecting the endpoint and click on the delete from here. So this concludes the hands-on training.